Awesome. Hey, everybody, I'm back. Eurell. So you can tell from the title, we're going to be streaming on Turning Points USA. And we're going to be, making some jokes about the Kirks, Charlie and Erika. And that's kind of why I'm up in here doing the YouTube thing again, because I think there's a problem in the United States of everybody lost their mind when Charlie Kirk was killed. He was only a podcaster, and they're saying I can't make jokes. Well, we're gonna prove them wrong on this journey. So here we go. We're gonna watch a good video by Olivia Swing, and shout out to her. I'll put the link to her awesome video, very concise, in the link in the description below. Let's get on. I'm gonna play at faster speed because I got places to go and nowhere to be. All right. Anyway, like and subscribe. Let's get on it. Okay. Let's see, where do we have the speed? Playback speed. Trying to find it. Okay, awesome. It's already going well, guys. That's the subtitles. Yeah, we're gonna turn the subtitles on, but also, is there any other settings? But anyway, I'm gonna just play this and whatever.
Erika crying at the White House Correspondents' Dinner.
I just want to go fly.
Did you hear Turning Point claims to have Charlie on video appointing Erika as CEO?
He had made mention at the end, Erika will do a great job running it.
But they refused to release it. And while everyone was laughing at the Drewski skit mocking Erika,
he was talking about the train that she's having run at home.
Erika's behavior.
Get on your feet!
Did you catch that they quietly scrubbed all the older episodes of Charlie's podcast from the internet? And maybe, most importantly, were you paying attention to the millions of dollars in Israeli government contracts flowing to American media companies while Erika was doing her press tour? Because I think that might be the point. The internet has been ruthless with Erika Kirk. People are roasting her outfits, her theatrics, her speeches. The memes basically write themselves. But while everyone's focused on her invisible tears and the pyrotechnics, the real story is being buried. So I compiled the evidence. I connected the dots that independent investigators have been uncovering. I separated what we can prove from what we're being told to believe, because this entire story was engineered deception from the start. This is who Erika Kirk really is, the network that surrounds her, and why they needed Charlie to go. I want to start with a quick breakdown of who Erika Kirk really is, because once you know her backstory, the official narrative really starts to unravel. Now, some people might say I shouldn't be criticizing a grieving widow, but Charlie himself addressed this exact concern. In a Q&A episode with Erika, someone asked if he ever feels guilt when Erika gets hate. His response?
Or do you ever deal with guilt when Erika gets hate? No, I don't.
You should deal with some hate for the Erika. Holy smokes, man. That is a widow's peak. I'm not talking about Erika. I'm talking about that hairstyle. What in the good googly moogly? Lord.
Men don't doom scroll, masturbate, drink, and smoke because they're lazy. They do it because their overstimulated brain is starving.
He says he's fine, but he hasn't felt truly focused in years. He calls it burnout, but it's really avoidance. He wants success, but every...
So Charlie himself didn't expect people to go easy on his wife just because she was his wife. With that in mind, let's examine who Erika Kirk really is. I want you to read this carefully. This is Erika Kirk's bio on her current website. Above all, Erika cherishes her role as the wife of Charlie Kirk and the mother of their precious son and daughter. Now, this sounds like being Charlie's wife and mother to their children is her top priority, right? Well, here's how her bio actually starts. Erika Kirk is a driven social entrepreneur, passionate ministry leader, and a woman of deep faith whose life has been shaped.
Okay, I just want to say for anybody watching who might be in favor of the toilet paper USA, I just want to say, I respect that she was at least Charlie Kirk's professional charisma equal.
By her global experiences and unwavering commitment to purpose. She then spends 3 paragraphs talking about her businesses, her ministry, her clothing line.
Okay,
Charlie and the kids get one sentence at the end. And this contradiction isn't an accident because he described himself as the guy that basically runs everything at TPUSA. Interesting, because you would think that would fit Charlie. He was the COO for a long time, but in 2022, he shifted over to
Look, you guys, I'm going to look right into the camera and say this right now. Okay. I might not have liked Charlie Kirk. I feel like Turning Points USA was a way for my brothers to exercise their political problems with me as a college student. I don't believe it was a real movement. I don't believe it stood for anything besides bullying anybody to left of center. But I want to look at the camera right now and say that I condemn anybody getting killed, whether it be for corporate violence like you're gonna see here for Charlie Kirk.
Turning Point Action, the 501c4 political arm of Turning Point. Tyler was the chairman of the Maricopa County Republican Committee in Arizona when he linked up with Charlie in 2014. Tyler is also responsible for convincing him to relocate TPUSA to Arizona, as Tyler is a 7th-generation Arizonan.
He was an adamant Chicago boy. I needed to break that. Selfishly,
Okay, that's sketchy as hell. Okay, 7th generation Arizona, that means his ancestors stole some land. Like he stole the company.
I wanted him to love Arizona because I had recently convinced him to move Turning Point USA to Arizona. It was a hard sell at first, and that was until I hosted the first Trump rally in Trump rally history right here in Arizona in 2015.
Tyler also is responsible for the connection between Erika and Charlie. While their story maintains that Tyler wanted to hire Erika and asked Charlie to interview her,
it was obvious she was the perfect person for the job that Charlie and I had devised in one of our 24-hour planning sessions. I wanted to hire her. I only had one problem. Charlie Kirk wanted to date her.
Critics speculate it is deeper than that, because Tyler had known Erika since at least 2015. There is footage of Erika with her mother, Lori, by the way, at the first Trump rally in Arizona in 2015. He claims she reached out to him offering to help, and he, quote, placed her right behind the president.
I got a call. From Miss Erika Kirk, Miss Arizona 2012. I just want to help, she said. So naturally, I put her right behind the president at that first rally.
On its face, this isn't sinister. But Erika has claimed to have met him at that event, which contradicts Tyler's claim that she reached out to him. Regardless, it does imply that
she's a plant, and not just that Erika Kirk is as dumb as a house plant, but she was literally a plant for this military. I mean, Turning Points USA as an organization, as a movement, as a thing, is a military intelligence operation. So let's keep going.
That Erika and her mother had been in Charlie's orbit 3 years prior to their meeting, and leads people to question how Erika knew to reach out to Tyler in the first place. They have been very cagey about how they met. Erika now claims to not remember. How convenient. Because their timelines also converged during Erika's ASU years, and even more coincidentally, in Romania.
Charlie didn't go to college. I went to ASU, so I basically didn't go to college.
Well, it turns out ASU has a very unique connection to Romania. Arizona State University was the only university in America that offered a minor in Romanian studies. In 2010, the same year Tyler visited Romania, a Romanian embassy was opened at ASU. So we're supposed to believe it's just a coincidence that Tyler Boyer happened to study abroad in Romania during the exact year ASU was establishing unprecedented ties with that country, and that Erika's charity work was happening in the same region. When Candace asked Tyler what he had been doing in Romania, he said he did like a study abroad program there to support his Russian degree. And not everything is a conspiracy. But isn't it strange that both Erika and Tyler were linked to Romania through the only American university with a Romanian studies program, and they're both unsure of how or when they met? But it gets even weirder when you realize Tyler has direct business ties to Lori Franzwe. He serves as chairman of the board of Superfeed Technologies, a mobile app and get out the vote data company where Lori is also a director. Now I want you to think about that for a minute. The man who introduced Erika to Charlie, who claims to basically run everything at Turning Point, is in business with Erika's mother, a defense contractor with intelligence community connections.
Watch what happens when a 50-year-old man blocks DHT naturally for just 90 days. Day 1, nothing visible yet. Just another middle-aged guy staring at his disappearing hairline. Day 30, baby hairs start appearing where there was nothing. Day 60, balding.
Superfeed was reportedly using Ukrainian coders to develop apps designed to collect voter information. And when you combine that with Lori's background in network security and government contracting, you have to ask, what kind of data were they really collecting and who were they sharing it with? So we have Tyler Boyer, TPUSA's power player, directly connected in business with Erika's intelligence contractor mother years before Charlie's death. And Tyler is known as a bit of a shisty character, okay? He has been involved in a few scandals and even was pardoned by Trump on federal-related matters pertaining to his 2024 indictment on multiple felony counts: fraud, forgery, conspiracy, for allegedly signing and submitting false electoral certificates claiming Trump won Arizona in 2020. And when you find out that shortly before his death, Charlie was calling for an internal Doge-style audit of Turning Point because money was not only disappearing, but appearing in suspicious ways, it makes you wonder what the guy who claimed to basically run everything might have been up to, and if he potentially had something to hide. But he is far from the only suspicious Erika connection within Turning Point. And the next would absolutely be Andrew Colvett.
Is if you're going to come for Erika Kirk, you're going to start having to go through me.
Now, I'm going to be transparent here. Not long after Charlie passed, I remember seeing Andrew Colvett speaking and hearing Judas in my mind. I wasn't quite sure at the time what it meant, but it seems we're starting to find out. Andrew is known as the spokesperson for TPUSA and one of the worst
I don't embrace that part of this, whatever that was. Let's go back to theater mode. Is it full screen? There we go.
examples of his narrative control was his infamous statement about Charlie's Superman neck stopping the 30-06 bullet. Remember, Andrew claimed the surgeon said the bullet absolutely should have gone through, and that Charlie's bone density was so impressive, he's like the Man of Steel. This was immediately called out as insane. The surgeon came out saying, I did not say that. Erika told Candace that Andrew had gone rogue, but we found out that Erika was on the call with Andrew and the surgeon. Mind you, This was supposedly on the day of Charlie's private funeral. So let's think about what actually happened here. Erika and Andrew got on a call with the surgeon, presumably to get information about Charlie's autopsy, but instead of just relaying what the surgeon said, they decided to fabricate this elaborate story about Charlie's Superman neck.
Yeah, that's stupid, but I don't think it really it says anything other than these people are grifters and they'll say and do anything for attention. And look, I mean, basically, Charlie Kirk was so ugly that they had to aim for his neck instead of his head because he looked like he was breastfed until like 2 weeks before he was killed. But that's just me.
And how he miraculously saved everyone behind him. So Erika and Andrew collaborated, or some could say conspired, to create a narrative that would shut down questions about the ballistics. They coordinated this lie, released it publicly, and when it blew up in their faces, they tried to blame each other. But here's what's really telling. They thought they could get away with it. They thought they could put words in a surgeon's mouth and no one would fact check them. That level of arrogance suggests they'd been successfully controlling narratives together for a while. But according to research by the Leah Files, Andrew's problems go deeper than just narrative control. His base compensation from TPUSA in 2022 was $255,000, but that salary doesn't appear anywhere in TPUSA's 990 tax filings. The man who controls the public narrative.
There's so much sketchy thing about how they move money around into so-called political organizations. It's just so bizarre. But again, I mean, anybody who doesn't know needs to hear this. Turning Points USA was a military intelligence operation to control the youth narrative and to discredit institutions of higher learning that might be places where people might question things like patriotism and nationalism. The whole prove me wrong thing is an entire concerns role by the military industrial complex. You look at its donors, Bill Montgomery, directly related to intelligence ops, military intelligence ops.
For a $100 million nonprofit is invisible in the IRS disclosure system. And Andrew runs a private media company called ATK Media that does exactly the same work he does for TPUSA. When the Associated Press reported that TPUSA officials had directed $15.2 million to companies owned by themselves and their associates, Andrew called the suggestion defamatory. And like everyone else in this network, somehow Andrew has Romania connections too.
This is Blue Chew Gold, the ultimate 4-in-1 formula, built for strength where it counts, with sildenafil for power.
Lieutenant Colonel Kurt Colvette says it's nearly a year-long commitment for not just the soldiers, but for their families as well.
We ask a lot of our National Guardsmen and women to leave their families, to leave their jobs.
Johnny Moore.
Here's what proves this is a coordinated network. Victor Marx and Johnny Moore appeared together on TBN's Praise the Lord in January 2014, 4 years before Andrew and Erika entered Charlie's life. Victor has also spoken multiple times at events held directly on Liberty University's campus, the same school where Erika got her degree in 2017. And Johnny Moore is far more than just some PR guy, okay? He was named one of America's 10 most influential religious leaders. He's the president of the Congress of Christian Leaders. He serves on the ADL's task force for Middle East minorities. He's the youngest ever recipient of the Simon Wiesenthal Center's Medal of Valor, and he's a commissioner on the U.S. Commission for International Religious Freedom, appointed by the president. So we have Victor Marx announcing Charlie's death, Andrew controlling the narrative, Erika taking over the organization, and they all trace back to a network coordinated by one of America's most powerful evangelical leaders who works directly with Zionist organizations and has government appointments.
That guy looks like he's wearing Charlie Kirk's face.
Appointments. This network was in place years before they positioned people around Charlie Kirk. So we've established that Erika is surrounded by some sort of intelligence network, at least partially coordinated by one of America's most powerful evangelical leaders. But you might be wondering, what's the financial incentive for all this? Well, 8 days after Charlie's assassination, something very interesting happened. A company called Clock Tower X, LLC, filed under the Foreign Agents Registration Act. That's FARA registration for working as a foreign agent. Clock Tower X is owned by Brad Parscale, who also...
Clock Tower, the famous case in Texas where a guy was pew-pewing somebody from a clock tower. Anyway.
Happens to be the chief strategy officer of Salem Media Group, the company that distributes The Charlie Kirk Show. And who hired Clock Tower X? Well, through the Havas Media Network, Israel's Ministry of Foreign Affairs secured a $6 million 4-month contract to provide strategic communications and combat anti-Semitism in American media, which was then bumped up to $9 million in December 2025. Here's what's crucial. Charlie's show isn't owned by Salem. Charlie and his team, including executive producer Andrew Colvett, allegedly own stakes in the show itself, leading Candace Owens to realize that when Andrew said he lost millions when Charlie did not take the Netanyahu offer to take Turning Point to the next level, he wasn't talking about through Turning Point USA donations. He was talking about his personal financial stake in a show that was about to become Israeli government-funded propaganda. And when Charlie died, well, we can assume his stake went to Erika. So now we have Erika Kirk and Andrew Colvett with alleged direct financial incentives to push pro-Israel messaging through what used to be Charlie's platform. The same Charlie who had just claimed he was leaving the pro-Israel cause.
Could it happen to a nicer guy? You know, you swim with sharks. You become a useful tool for the establishment. You know, you put your life to discrediting higher education for the fascistic cause of dispensationalism and death cult. I mean, you lay down with tigers, you're gonna get eaten.
This explains everything. Why they move so fast, why the narrative shifted immediately, why they're so desperate to control the story about Charlie's death. But this operation goes much deeper and traces back much further. The history of Israel's covert influence operations in America goes back at least to 2017, when the Ministry of Strategic Affairs began developing what they called a PR commando unit, secretive campaigns designed to shift American public's opinion through outside the government operations. Internal documents show that many recipients of these funds were American Christian Zionist organizations. And the same year this program launched, 2017, that's when Erika got her degree from our commando unit, secretive campaigns designed to shift.
Okay, now what's the connection here? Right, the connection here is that, I mean, Turning Points USA on a fundamental level was exactly our version of this. Our military intelligence wanted to shift public opinion on college campuses and the discourse around the culture war.
Shift American public's opinion through outside the government operations. Internal documents show that many recipients of these funds were American Christian Zionist organizations. And the same year this program launched, 2017, that's when Erika got her degree from Liberty University.
You know, again, like, I don't mean to be unkind, but like, the sea is the widow peak manifested from Charlie's haircut. You know, Charlie had a widow's peak, and now this is the peak of its widow. Honeypot operation.
University. And here's where things get really interesting. In 2018, Erika and her mother, Lori, took a trip to Israel. And wouldn't you know it, Charlie Kirk happened to be there at the exact same time. Erika remembers seeing him at the airport, her mother telling her to go say hi, but she supposedly was nervous, so they didn't meet. Until later that year, when Tyler Boyer just happened to introduce them. Erika herself has said this wasn't a coincidence.
That ended up being Charlie. Nothing is by coincidence. Now,
what in the good googly moogly Hunger Games fashion is this?
Did we know that? No, not until we were like 3 months into our relationship and looking at timestamps, seeing that both of us were in Israel at the same time. But nothing is by coincidence.
Bro, she got caught, and being the intelligence operative that she is, she, had to spin a story. Oh, I messed up the time I was supposed to meet you.
When God is within you.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it, just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44, a complete AI creation platform.
Okay.
I have to agree. It certainly does look like they were destined to be together. But based on all these other connections, I'm not so sure it was divine intervention. It looks like intelligence coordination. Israel's Ministry of Strategic Affairs had identified Charlie Kirk as a target for their operations, and they positioned their assets, Erika and her defense contractor mother, on the same trip to establish the initial contact point, which failed. So then later, the formal introduction through Tyler Boyer. Now, we probably wouldn't have looked into all of this if Erika had just stayed home for 6 months following the assassination. But no, she was placed into the CEO role within days and immediately began pushing pro-Israel messaging.
Charlie and I have always been very clear on our stance. Israel, Jewish people. We've been to Israel twice together. And to be able to walk.
Known for his strong defense of Israel, and Rabbi Walicki, director of Israel 365, stating, Jewish donors play into all the stereotypes. I cannot and will not be bullied like this, leaving me no choice but to leave the pro-Israel.
Oh man, see, that's just, man, I don't get you a long range strike out of me if you have ever seen something get one. I mean, dang, Charlie.
Cause. On September 9th, the following day, Josh Hammer reposted an old 2013 Trump tweet about public execution, simply replying, based. That's
okay.
On a Zoom call with Josh and Rabbi Walicki, supposedly getting prepped for debate questions on Israel.
Yes, we actually did speak for the last time, less than 24 hours before the assassination happened. We had a Zoom call, a friend of mine, him, a couple of his producers. It was a small call. We were literally talking, above all, about the anti-Israel questions that he expected to receive on this campus tour. We were kind of talking him through talking points and strategy and how to deal with these expected hostile questions. And you held on my book, Israel and Civilization, Ollie. What the last words I think Charlie spoke to me were, he literally said, Josh, when the Israel question comes up, I'm just going to plug your book, Israel and Civilization, because I think that what you read in the book basically is how I feel as well. And
he was placating this weird villainous weirdo. I mean, all these types, they look like they would stab you in the back alley for everything you have.
That ends up being the last time that we spoke.
And that same evening, Charlie allegedly messaged multiple people, including Dan Flood, a member of his security team, saying, they are going to kill me tomorrow.
Allegedly, explicitly said that they are going to kill me tomorrow.
According to Erika, he slept alone in his daughter's room that night. Erika said he was struggling to sleep because he was excited. She claims on the morning of September 10th, Charlie entered their bedroom to put on his wedding ring and necklace before leaving to board his flight to Utah. He left without kissing Erika goodbye. And a few hours later, Charlie Kirk was assassinated. Now, if you're still mostly buying the Tyler Robinson narrative and think Erika and TPUSA are just
somebody named Tyler definitely killed him,
victims of conspiracy theories, I want to ask you this. Do you believe Charlie was referring to the trans community when he said, "They're going to kill me tomorrow"? Because it wasn't the trans community Charlie was changing his views about. It wasn't the radical left who injected $9 million into America.
Yeah, I mean, it was a Che Guevara up there with a rifle, wasn't it?
Media to shape narratives after his death. It wasn't AOC who felt the need to assure us that Democrats didn't kill Charlie Kirk.
A monstrous big lie that Israel had something to do with Charlie Kirk's horrific murder.
Anyway,
this is insane. It is false. It is outrageous.
So you tell me, based on my last video destroying the Tyler Robinson narrative and this one exposing the network around Erika Kirk, do you still think this was a lone shooter? And for the record, here are Charlie's own thoughts on the lone shooter narrative.
I think the best reading of what happened there is who wanted JFK dead the most. Again, a lot of people said Israel wanted JFK dead. I'd love to hear that argument. But definitely Lyndon Baines Johnson and parts of our own government and the Cubans.
I think Charlie Kirk Barber wanted him dead. Holy crap. What the hell is that haircut, bro? That looked like a squirrel taking a shit.
Wanted him dead, and who actually made it happen. There were like 15 or 20 things that happened that day that were inexcusable. They changed the parade route. He rode in an open air convertible. LBJ decided not to ride alongside of him. The vehicle slowed down right when it went by the Texas School Book Depository. A lot there, right? And then again, I think that all of us are smarter to believe that it was simply Lee Harvey Oswald. The more important question is not, oh, who did it? We have to first acknowledge it, that more than one person did it. Once we acknowledge that more than one person did it, then we can expose our government to have lied to us about the JFK.
Okay, yeah, everybody. Like I said, that's, you know, I'm just pointing this out that this guy was a military intelligence operation, and it's not political violence to make fun of Charlie Kirk, and we will continue to make fun of Charlie Kirk on this channel, no matter if my family hates me or not, because I'm not an evil person, and that guy looks like a hamburger helper, if hamburger helper like to watch poor people starve to death. But anyway, I've been Joe Eurell. Please, for the love of everything, subscribe to my channel, watch it, tell me what you like and what you don't like, like and subscribe, and throw me some love, solidarity forever.